Welcome. Este video es en inglés. El álbum de la familia NASCAR. So I wanted to make a video on this book that I found that I got in the pandemic. I don't know, I remember how I found the book, but because of the internet, you can see that there were a lot of made. A lot of them were made. This one, that's the IBM. It is manufactured in China. It is a very special book that I don't know if a lot of people have. I don't know if people who are NASCAR collectors. I don't know if people who have who collect NASCAR. I don't know, like, if this is like the Bible book of the NASCAR collectors. Um, but it is a really great book, and by Chronicle Books of San Francisco. And I know that this is from San Francisco. It's from the year 2007. So 2007, 17, 27. So it's gonna be like 2 decades old now. It's available on eBay for sure. I don't know how many books they made. Since it's made in China, they probably made a lot. Bill France. This is from 1952. Welcome to my channel, folks. We're looking at a NASCAR really cool book that has incredible pictures and some great details of. So this is chapter 1. This is called the France family. It dates back to 1931 with the Roadster 75 number 9. This is what I was talking about. It has stuff like this, and then it has like something like a ticket from 1938. This is not a staying class pass, and it's not good for gate admission. So this is a NASCAR book that I acquired many years ago, and I have it with my books that I always wanted to see. And so when I was looking at it, I realized that I don't know how many books they would have to print to create something like this, because this is like 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 this is so cool, because I feel like at first I thought it was like something from the family, because it has all these notes. That's Bill France. It has like posters from NASCAR. So like that's Bill France Automotive Service. And I guess that's the business card from the company. I guess this is how the NASCAR actually started from 1939. And it has great pictures. The book has really great pictures, details on Daytona International Speedway 500, the Daytona 500 from 1959. Okay, so like this, something like this is really cool because when you open it, it has let's see what is. I haven't even opened this yet. So this is like in excellent condition. Like I said, what's going on over here, folks? We're looking at some Daytona memorabilia. This book is incredible. It has a lot of interesting things in it. Um, so whoever did this book deserves an award. Definitely. This is the NASCAR family book that I found many years ago, and it just so happens that I thought, hello, what's one plus one? So this is I don't know if you guys like NASCAR. Um I thought that maybe I kind of hit the jackpot with this book because it has like great photographs and information, and if you're a NASCAR um junkie or a NASCAR collector, I don't know if this is like the Bible of the NASCARs. It has a lot of great pictures, great information, some cutouts. Ronnie, I'm hoping that this is not boring you guys. Can you say my name? Ray Vlogs. Hello, Ray Vlogs. How are you? Look at that hat. Gatorade. It's vintage. So I guess now this is chapter 2 on the NASCAR family book. This is really like a really great book if you're a collector. Um, this is Dale Jarrett right here. And then look at this. This is Jason Jarrett. So this is like the postcard. I feel like some of these pieces they're like still the original postcards that they gave. Maybe they had to work with creating this book because it has like this all almost feels like it's the original NASCAR postcard from Jarrett. And then this one, it says it's dated 1957. So anyways, we're looking at this incredible book. It's called the NASCAR Family Album, that has basically all of the information up to 2007. So obviously a lot of things have happened um, in the past 17 years that is not in this book. Look at her outfit. Look at her outfit. So let's see. This is more interesting things over here. More pictures. I wanted to see some the flocks. Oh, so maybe now this is chapter 3, and now these are the flocks. So maybe these are families. So maybe, okay, so it's a family book album of the people that were famous throughout the Daytona 500 from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, because it stops in the 2000s. So I guess, like, look at this. These are like original, like just like really great copies that they almost look original from NASCAR. So now I'm a, oh my god, look at that car. Flock of locks. So I guess I just want to turn now into, these are the La Bonnettes. Let's see what's going on over here, folks. There's a lot of pictures from 1997. And this is like a book, like a little book. So now because I haven't, I waited. So I guess because I waited for so many years and I never really opened it, and I decided just to, why not just make a video and do a video of on opening this book that I had for many years that I've never seen. Um because I already knew that this was going to be like a great book, but I didn't understand. So now I know what's going on. These are all the NASCAR 500 families in their in their stories. So obviously I want to go through, I want to see the one from Dale Hart, um from, sorry, Dale Earnhardt. Look at this one from 1982. It's like a little record. And then that's a great little postcard from, these are like things that people would get. That's like, that looks almost like original. That's a great outfit from Tide, the sponsor. The the Earnhardts. So this is the, Ralph in the middle of 1950s behind the wheel. Above Ralph Earnhardt wins the NASCAR Sportsman Division title in 1956. So these, the Earnhardts, um this is Dale Earnhardt in 1979. In 1956 Telefax listing Ralph Earnhardt, that was probably his father in the 50s. And then this is him in 1979. And then we have some great things. This is from December 11, 1956. This is from 1979. Let's see, what else do we have? A Western Union for his father, Ralph Lee Earnhardt. And then this is Dale Earnhardt right there. And somebody, oh, so I guess Dale Earnhardt Jr., now his son, is gonna say how his father became the Intimidator. I found this interview, and then I'll put the link on this video later, but for now I just want you guys to listen to this interview.
So that's why in the reboots they actually skip over the origin and we meet him after he's already discovered his powers.
Superhero origins. Fascinating stuff. Yeah, well, I got a real origin story for you. This is the origin of the Intimidator. My dad obviously grew up watching his dad compete, so he knew how to fix and race cars from a really young age. In fact, the rumor is in '63, he secretly drove his dad's car in a race. Nearly won, they say. He's only 12 years old. So my granddad was a little on the fence about letting Dad race, especially after Dad quit high school. But he knew he wasn't going to be able to fight it for long, and eventually, Dad got the race. Him and Ralph actually met once and competed, and this was at Metrolina Motor Speedway in 1972. They were running the race for the V8 division, but they included some of the smaller V6 cars to fill out the field. So Dad's car ended up on the same track as Ralph Earnhardt's top-of-the-line Chevelle. Dad was driving out of his mind this day. Usually he ran mid-pack, maybe a top 3 car, but for whatever reason on this day, the car was fast and he was moving through the field, even running with some of the sportsman cars. But eventually, Ralph caught him and he's right behind him. Granddad was one of the fastest drivers on the track, and he's racing one of the fastest cars. When my dad saw him coming up from behind, he went wide to let Ralph go by. He was just doing the courteous thing, trying to let his old man race his race. But something strange happened. Granddaddy didn't pass him. He went wide too. And then, bam! He hits Dad from behind. So now Dad's looking behind him. He's trying to figure out what's happening, and bam! His dad hits him again. My dad's fuming. He's sweating, he's nervous, confused. He moves toward the infield, trying to think maybe that Ralph wants the outside, but Ralph just follows him and bam! One more time in the back. And I think Dad starts to realize that this isn't gonna end. Ralph's trying to teach him something. You don't move over for anybody, even your own flesh and blood. So Dad took off, and Granddaddy followed him. There was no way my dad's V6 could hold him off forever, but he was going to make Ralph work for it. That's exactly what Ralph wanted. My grandfather gets by Dad and eventually goes on and wins the race, but he had pushed Dad so far and by so many cars that Dad's little V6 motor finished in the top 10, even beating some of the more powerful V8 sportsman cars that day. So that was the only time that Dad and Ralph ever raced each other. But it might have been the most important race of Dad's entire career. He learned something on the racetrack that day that affected his driving forever. You race your race, you give 110%, and you don't move for anybody.
So that was the Dale Earnhardts from the NASCAR family, the most famous ones. Now we have the Pearsons. And these are the Pearsons, another family of the racing cars. That's Ricky Pearson right there in 1968. Larry and the Car. Let's see, what else do we have over here, folks? This is a very interesting book. Look at that car. Now I found another interview from watchmojo.com, and it's just basically a history of NASCAR. So I am looking at this NASCAR book and this is the Pearson's family. These are like original things that are in this book, and this is actually like a sticker, an unused sticker from David Pearson's Chattanooga Shoe Racing Team. So this is a very well made book with original. I don't know if where do they get these things that were these are like original, like they're so creative in creating this book. They probably took them a long time and a lot of money and find the real prints, prints to put them on this book. This one is from the Petties. So every chapter has a story on the NASCAR people. Basically, it's kind of like the family book, but check this out. Look at those cars. And then this is another Western Union from 1956. Press reference data from 1954 racing season. Wow. So this is a NASCAR book that I don't know if this is sort of like the Bible of the NASCAR collectors. I don't know if everybody who is a collector or a fan of the NASCAR families, the racing car families. I don't know if this is like their book that they have, but Pit Pass. What is this? Well, this is just a like it looks so original. This is so cool. And then what is this? This is a ticket. This ticket good for one admission to the 25th annual awards and victory dinner, dated Wednesday, February 13th, 1974, for NASCAR. Well, I'm going to end this video with me not talking, and you guys, I want you to hear this, the history of NASCAR by Watch Mojo. And I will also put the link on the official video here on YouTube of the history of NASCAR.
This is one of the most popular professional sports in the United States, and today it is broadcast to over 150 countries around the world. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be learning more about NASCAR. NASCAR's origins sprouted during the Prohibition era, when the transportation of alcohol became big business. Bootleggers ran their illicit booze to clients and needed ultra-fast cars to easily outrun police. They modified their cars to boost speed and handling and to ensure there was ample space for their shipments. They sometimes competed for bragging rights, and these informal contests were the first instances of stock car races. Following the decriminalization of alcohol in 1933, Daytona Beach became a hotbed for these competitions as drivers continued to modify their cars after Prohibition. Racing enthusiast Bill France Sr. became interested in this sport and moved to Daytona to participate. After driving in a few races, he noticed the sport lacked rules and featured an overabundance of crooked race promoters. France thought stock car racing could attract huge audiences, so he worked with a group of prominent drivers and advertisers to create regulations, a standard schedule, and a series of organized championships. Ultimately, this resulted in the incorporation of the National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing on February 21, 1948. Originally, the sport was split into modified, roadster, and strictly stock divisions. Roadster proved unpopular with fans, and strictly stock was crippled early on by the auto demands of World War II. Despite this, the first official NASCAR race was a strictly stock event held June 19, 1949, on the Charlotte Speedway's dirt track. In this race, the factory model vehicles featured almost no modifications. Jim Roper claimed the event's $2,000 prize after the winner was disqualified for illegal alterations. Over the next decade, NASCAR allowed more safety and performance modifications. By the mid-1960s, the cars were completely modified but kept the stock car look. 1972 ushered in the modern NASCAR era. Today, NASCAR offers a number of different series to audiences. The fan favorite of these is the renowned Sprint Cup, which is the most lucrative NASCAR series. It originated as the Strictly Stock Series and evolved into the Grand National Division and eventually the Sprint Cup. This series lasts 36 races and is split into two sections. After the first 26 races, the top 10 drivers are chosen. Along with those 10, the two drivers with the most wins, who are ranked between 11th and 20th, compete in the last 10 races of the season. This second part of the season is called the Chase for the Championship. The most prestigious race in this series actually comes at the beginning of the season in the form of the Daytona 500. Veterans of the Sprint Cup included David the Fox Pearson, Richard the King Petty, Dale the Intimidator Earnhardt, and Jeff Gordon and his team of Rainbow Warriors. The Nationwide Series is considered the minor league of NASCAR and is the second highest level of racing. It runs a shorter season with less prize money, but still draws fans. The Camping World Truck Series features modified pickup trucks and started in 1995. Young drivers often debut in this series and then shift to other racing events. Despite its role as a thrilling spectacle for fans, NASCAR has had its share of criticism. In terms of driver safety, NASCAR only implemented preventative devices following major incidents. Famous examples included the invention of the kill switch and the addition of fire retardant driver suits after Glenn Fireball Roberts passed away. It has also been suggested that today's vehicles do not resemble stock cars. In addition to this, the dominance of the France family in all elements of business, policy, and decision-making since the sport's debut has been criticized. NASCAR was an American sporting event that went global and continued to expand. Today, this popular sport includes vehicles and drivers from all around the world.
Targaryens are gone. On the ball!
Well, I've been just flipping through the pages. It is taking now 27 minutes, and this is like without reading or looking in detail of this amazing book from NASCAR. Well, I'm hoping that you enjoy this video. And you come back or check this out if you're a fan of NASCAR. This book, which I'm not interested in having, I'm gonna put it on my eBay account, and there's a link to my store on this video, and you can just search NASCAR, and if you have an eBay account and you see this book on my eBay, tell me that you saw it from my YouTube, and I will give you a really good deal if you're a collector. So there it is, folks. Goodbye.